Carlos, great to be here with you. As we were saying off camera, it's a spectacle. It's your first time in Vegas. You've already won some hardware, though. You did win the Netflix Cup. I know that's gone a little viral. The drop. Have you recovered? Are you all right? How are we feeling?
I'm okay. The poor trophy is not okay, but I'm okay. I'm happy that we won at least. And it's not like I'm getting to win a lot this year, so when I win something, I need to really celebrate it and make good use of it.
Yeah, and I heard you guys were the favorites too coming into that event. You seemed like you held true.
I saw the odds the PGA Tour were putting out. We were second favorites, and that already I said, okay, now
okay, because people I was talking to, I like to throw around a
better
two.
Personally,
you should have. Good job. Well done. In terms of this experience right now, being here the first time, what has been your kind of first impression? And the actual paddock, they've invested money in buying this land here. How unique is this actual footprint we're in right now?
It's unbelievable. I mean, I arrived a couple of hours ago to this paddock, and the first impression is quite unique. No, it's okay, there's been a lot of money invested and a lot of preparation into this huge building for the paddock club and everything, all the guests that we're gonna have, the boxes, the space that the paddock has to do activities like this. It's very impressive, and it looks like it's gonna be a first good year and a first good show.
You got to enjoy the golf yesterday. Do you get to enjoy anything else in Vegas here before we get to racing?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't left my hotel room much. Why? Because I arrived on Monday and we've had such a strange schedule here. No, we're having to go to bed at 3 or 4 a.m. Waking up late, and that throws you off completely with the dinner time, the lunch times, and it's not like you can follow maybe a bit what the city is doing. But at the same time, if there's a place to do that timetable, is here in Vegas. No, and I'm just trying to adapt to that bit of jet lag that we have.
How challenging is, obviously in Singapore you guys have a late race, but not this late. We're going to have midnight local time. How challenging is the adjustment physically and mentally to what's going to happen here in terms of the timing?
It's very challenging. For example, today I woke up at 9:30 and it felt extremely early because I haven't been having activities until 5 p.m. And I will be really active until 2 a.m. So really active, meaning I will still be doing the track walk at 1 a.m., engineering meeting at 12:30, midnight. So really, it feels weird that my day hasn't started until 5. I've been awake for 7 hours before that, no? So it just feels like I need to probably go to sleep a lot later even and just make my day a bit shorter. If not, it's going to become too long.
Yeah. What have you learned? You mentioned the track walk. Obviously, you guys have done simulations. It's a new circuit. The temperature may factor. With all these different things, how have the simulations helped prepare you? How have some of the things you've even been able to see early on here prepare you?
The simulator for us is key. No? We have 50, 60 laps done already around this track with the curbs, the walls, exactly in the position that we're going to have them this weekend. So it gives you a first impression and a first touch. Although I'm a strong believer that until you don't try in FP1, you don't know really how the weekend's going to go. And I think we are prepared as you can be, but always with the new challenges and a new track, there's always going to be surprises.
With that said, is FP1 is this the most important session when you think about the season?
Yes.
In terms of what you learned?
Yes, FP1, obviously, thank God it's not a sprint weekend because it would mean we go into a qualifying. We have 3 practice sessions, so in case you miss FP1, you can still recover. But if there's a weekend where you don't want to miss a session and you don't want to miss one lap, it's Vegas. And it's a new track and it's also very challenging. It looks very fast. It's a street track, but with a very low downforce level. That is something that we're not used to.
In recent weeks, you've been doing very well. Obviously, in the last 7 races, no further down than P6, 3 podiums, a win. What do you think, if anything's been different in this run post the break?
Just getting to know a bit better how the car works this year. For us, this year has been a tough year. In Ferrari, we expected to be fighting a bit for the championship and challenging Red Bull, and the beginning of the year was tough, and we were adapting a bit to the circumstances, adapting to the new reality that we were in the top 5, but not really challenging for those wins, and just getting an understanding of why and getting to know exactly how to extract more performance of this car has given me the opportunity to do a better second half of the season.
You are in striking distance of Lando and Fernando, though. So in terms of confidence, how do you feel about being able to close that gap in the next 2 races?
I think we should be confident that if we do a perfect job, we can beat them, but it requires a perfect job. So confidence is high that we can achieve it, but only if we are perfect. And my target for these last 2 races is a back-to-back race. It's in the opposite sides of the world.
Yeah.
It's to recover well between races and make sure, together with my engineers, my mechanics, we do a perfect execution of the weekend, and that gives us the best opportunity to beat them.
In terms of next year, when you think about what's coming up, it's the last year of your contract going into 2024. What do you think is on the horizon for you next year and maybe even beyond?
Well, I'm looking into next year with hopefully the opportunity of this time, yes, fight for our World Championship with Ferrari. This is the target. It's not going to be easy. Red Bull are so far ahead that cutting that gap within a winter is going to be extremely complicated. But at the same time, with the contract negotiations, we hope that this winter we can start them and get them going. So I start next season knowing already what I'm going to do in 25, because I don't know. I don't want to start 24 season maybe fighting for a championship, who knows, and having to think up where I'm going to be racing next.
You mentioned obviously the last race is all the way around the world. This race will end around Sunday morning local time around 2 a.m. Are you staying in Vegas? Are you going to have any fun in Vegas afterwards? What happens here?
Well, you need to think that if the race finishes at that time, we're still going to have to do all the, hopefully, podium ceremony.
There you go, yeah. Pop some bottles.
1 hour of interviews, 1 hour of engineering meeting. So I might be leaving the track at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and the sun might be coming out.
That's prime time in Vegas.
That's prime time
You're good
in Vegas,
to go.
But I'm not sure if it's prime time in my brain of let's go and party, you know.
Yeah.
But if there's a good result, trust me, it's a very high chance I'll be planning on doing something.
Like it. Good stuff. Carlos, thank you so much for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.